What do we say when we say statements? What are statements? So a sentence or a description which can be judged to be true or false, this is called a statement. For example, 2 divides 6. Is it a statement or not? 6 by 2, it gives you 3, so 2 completely divides 6. This is a statement and it is a true statement. Let me take another example. There are 5 days in a week. Is it a true statement or a false statement? If you see 5-day week, no, there are 7 days. So this is indeed a statement, but it is a false statement. So when we have talked about statements, let us see what are mathematical statements. So what are these mathematical statements? Statements involving mathematical relations, these are known as mathematical statements. For example, this 2 divides 6, it has some mathematics involved, so 6 divided by 2, so it is a mathematical statement. But if you take an example of 5 days in a week, is it a mathematical statement or is it not? 5 days week, this is not a mathematical statement because it does not involve mathematical relationship. Okay, so I'll give an example of how do we write this notation, and we'll take a few more statements and non-statements, specifically mathematical statements. For example, Pn, this is how we write. P1n you can write, P2n, and likewise. So this is the statement, or this is the notation of writing a mathematical statement. For example, we have Pn, let Pn be a statement. It is stating that 10n plus 3 is a prime. It's a prime. So what do we mean when we say P2? This means 10 into 2 plus 3. What is this? 23. It's a prime. But if you take P3, put 3 here. 10 into 3 plus 3, 33. It is not a prime. It is divisible by 3 as well as 11. Prime numbers are those which are only divisible by themselves or 1. Now let us take one more example before I can give you the Pn and Pn plus 1 stuff. If you want to write Pn and Pn plus 1. Now Pn is given by, say, 7 divides 2 to the power 3n minus 1. Now this is a statement. Now Pn plus 1 will be 7 divides 2 to the power 3. Here you put n plus 1. So 7 divides 2 to the power 3n plus 3 minus 1. So this is Pn plus 1. So we'll take an example of this Pn plus 1. Let Pn be the statement which says that 3 to the power n is greater than n. So we have to show that if this Pn is true, it is true for Pn plus 1 as well. How do we do this? So let us write this Pn plus 1 first. It would be 3 to the power n plus 1 greater than n plus 1. So this is simply 3 into 3 to the power n, or 3 to the power n plus 1 greater than n plus 1. How to get this? So now start with this one. 3 to the power n is greater than n. Now multiply both sides by 3. What do we get? 3 to the power 1 and 3 to the power n. So the power adds up. 3 to the power n plus 1 is greater than 3n. And this 3n can be written as 2n plus n. 2n plus n. But we know for every natural number, 2n will be greater than 1. You put 1. 2 is greater than 1. You put 2. 2 to the 4. 4 is greater than 1. So this will always be greater than 1. So why not to write 1 here? So when Pn is true, we say Pn plus 1 is also true from here. So this is how we prove it. So this is the discussion about the statements and mathematical statements.